What is up, gamers? Staxwell's back at it again today with another market watch. A lot of news, a lot of movement. Let's not waste any time. Let's just jump straight into it. The new armory kit has been announced. It spoils the new rune blade mechanic. It's called Runed Gate. It likes you having a lot of rune chance on the field. So let's just jump in the market here. Revel in Rune Blood seems like it'll synergize with that mechanic very well. I think people may have already caught on to this. It's $15 for the cheapest non-foil, and then the cheapest foil is at $40. So kind of insane. This kit just got spoiled, I don't know, like an hour ago, and it's already gone terminal. So look through your bulk, see if you have any Revel in Rune Bloods. Mordred Tide is one people aren't really looking at the moment, but who knows how many rune chance this new hero will be able to make and how effective Mordred Tide will be in it. But judging off the small handful of cards we have now, I imagine this will be a good card, probably worth specking into. Get yourself a playset just in case it's good. Swarming Gloomveil also went completely terminal since this news dropped. Cheapest non-foil is $30. Everfest Majestic, told you guys about this stuff before. Cheapest foil on the market is $33. I guess pick this one up, but after that it goes to $40. Looming Doom is probably another good card. Having a lot of rune chance and activating Looming Doom is always a good play. The extended art is $32, and I still kind of stand by this being too cheap, especially when we look at other extended art Majestics like Aether Wildfire and things like that. I still think this is cheap, even though it has spiked about $10 since the announcement. Ninth Blade of the Blood Oath. I think this one is another one that is probably undervalued. If you're making a lot of rune chance, it kind of makes sense that you'd be playing Ninth Blade in your deck. Get yourself a playset while it's cheap, just in case you wind up playing it. It's about $2 for the cheapest non-foil. Crown of Dominion has also gone kind of crazy. The cheapest on the market is $275. Kind of insane if we look at the sales history here. Just a couple weeks ago, a month ago, it was at $180, so kind of an insane hike there. A lot of people aren't really looking at cash-in, which is weird because these two cards go hand in hand to me. The cheapest foil cash-in is about $5 now. Non-foil is about $4, so probably a good pickup. Scabskin Leathers, we all know that we're going to the Badlands or the Savage Lands at some point in the near future. Brute will get support. Maybe in Dust Till Dawn, Shadow Levia will get support, and Scabskins could even be good there. If not, it'll be good when we go to Savage Lands. Either way, $49 for one of the OG legendaries in the game. Kind of insanely cheap, I think. Oh, for those who don't know, Star City Games now sells Flesh and Blood singles. It's all above TCG Player, so unless you have some kind of discount code or something like that, I would just recommend sticking with TCG Player for now. But it says a lot to the longevity and the futureness of this game. Star City Games is such a big name in the Magic space. It's nice to see them picking up Flesh and Blood. Tectonic Plating, I think of this card the same way I think of Scabskins. It's too cheap, $40 for one of the OG legendaries from the first set. It's not particularly broken right now, but it has seen play in Oldhim decks. It's always seen play in Bravo as well. And then I just have a hunch that they're going to come back and revisit the Seismic Surge mechanic at some point in the future. $40 for a legendary that's this old is just too cheap to me. The Arachne from the Pro Tour Calling, I guess it would be the Calling Baltimore. The young Arachne Cold Foil is finally on TCG Player. Cheapest on the market that's not destroyed is $74. Celestial Kimono got bought out. It is at $109 for the Marvel, and then there's only one available at that price. It's unverified, and then it jumps up to $150. This card went absolutely crazy, obviously off the back of the Dust Till Dawn Illusionist hype train that's been going. Haze Bending, I think this card people maybe just forgot it existed or something like that. A really good blue aura that Illusionist will play. Cold foil only $13. Seems criminally cheap to me, especially compared to the other blue aura Illusionist cold foils that we have. So yeah, I think this is a good pickup as well. This Rounds on Me has also gone down quite a bit. It's only $11, $12 ish now, $13 maybe. But this card used to be like a $20 card, so seeing it down to this price point kind of makes me want to pick some up. If you don't have a playset, now's probably the time to pull the trigger. Now that Fi's not good, this card come down a little bit. Don't wait till Fi's good again and you're losing to him. Just pick up this Rounds on Me now while it's relatively cheap. There's been movement on copper, not anything all at once or crazy. Just people picking up a couple copper here and there. The cheapest copy that's not destroyed is $9 now for the cheapest cold foil. So something to keep your eye on. I have Ophidia's creeping up as well. $550 for the cheapest copy on the market. Shock Charmers is at $90 for the cheapest rainbow foil. The cheapest cold foil is at 100. So if you're gonna get it, just get the cold foil. I think this card's creeping up because there's been this new Lexi deck that's going around. It plays a big ice-dominated arrow, something like Chilling Ice Vein, and then gives it dominate with something like Polar Blast, and when it hits, they'll dump their whole hand into Shock Tremor's instant effect, making you discard a bunch of times or giving you a bunch of Frostbites or whatever. I've lost to that deck a couple times on Talishar. I think it's actually a pretty decent deck. I'm kind of curious to see where that goes this RTN season. I think that's the reason for the movement with Shock Tremors. Not 100% sure. If you guys have any more intel on this, let me know in the comments down below. And pretty short one today. That's all I got for you guys today. If you want access to these market watches early in the future, go ahead, join my Patreon at the $5 tier. You get access to that. At the $10 tier, you get entry into my case tournaments. I host them on Talishar. The next one is actually coming up very soon. It's next Friday, which is May 26th. So jump in there, join that $10 tier, jump in the Discord. All the links for all that will be in the description down below. Get in that tournament, win yourself a case, get early access to these market watches. Don't miss these buyouts. Y'all thought I was done? Had to do a part 2 for all the real ones to stick around through the self-promotion Patreon ad. Invoke Soraya, the rainbow foil has calmed down a lot. Last time we looked at it, it was at 75. Now it's back down from orbit to Earth at $52. Pretty reasonably priced. Cheapest cold foil from a non-verified is 120. From a verified is 140. That's not bad at all. These are much more reasonable. And if you're looking to play Illusionist in the future, now might be the low. I'm not 100% certain. But this seems close to the bottom. It's pretty low, particularly to where it was. Dissolution Sphere is another card that I don't think a lot of people are looking at right now. It is a Majestic from Everfest. We know what Everfest Majestics do. Fans of the channel understand that every time they're good, they go crazy. This card's only 29 cents right now. And it says something about Steam counters only last like a turn or two or whatever, but it says whenever your hero would be dealt exactly 1 damage, prevent it. So you can imagine a world in which a Rune Blade is building up a bunch of rune chants or something like that, and then but right before their combo turn, you know it's coming, you play Dissolution Sphere, and none of the rune chants could hit you, nothing could hurt you. Just seems like it could be at the very least a good sideboard option for Dash into the Rune Blade metagame. So if you're a Dash player, and you're looking to keep playing Dash through the new sets, this is probably a card worth picking up, at least 1 or 2 of, because you can start with it. Actually, you know what? It's 29 cents. Just pick up 3, pick up 6, and if the card ever becomes good, flip the extra 3, make your money back. I think it's a good card. If we see a Rune Chant building metagame, I think this will be a good card. Crown of Providence has come back down to earth a little bit. The cheapest rainbow foil on the market is $218. I know a lot of new players are playing right now, and this card's as cheap as it's been for the last couple months, so it's probably a good time to pick it up. I think it's a fantastic card. It's good in almost every deck, so probably worth it. And then Therion, Magister of Justice, is now on the TCG Player storefront. The cheapest rainbow foil is $225. Kind of cool. It's neat to see these judge promos up on TCG Player. I don't think a lot of people go typing them in or looking for them, so that's why I bring up the price on them. Flick Knives, $30 for a rainbow foil. This is actually a steal. If you don't have a Flick Knives by now, you need to pick one up. That is way too cheap. Scar for a Scar, red rainbow foil. I think all of the foils from WTR are like fantastic long-term investments. I have a stack of Snatches. And I think Scar for Scar is a fantastic one, in the same lane as Snatch, in the same lane as Sink Below and everything like that. And not only that, it has this extra layer of pizzazz to it, because this new weapon, if you guys remember, cost health to attack with it. So as you're getting your own health lower and lower and lower, building up rune chants and things like that, you're turning on your Scar for a Scar, on your Heart of Fendal and whatnot. So I think that these two cards there's a chance they go up based off the synergies with the hero paying life to activate cards and things like that. It might be able to keep your life points lower than your opponents and turn on these effects. Heart of Fendal's at 100, or excuse me, I wish it was 100. It is $480 for the cheapest rainbow foil. This is actually down from its high. It used to be like $550 at one point, so it's calmed down just a little bit. OG hit from the first set. This is the Fab 5, the Power 9, whatever you want to call it. Totally makes sense why all these cards are so expensive. Drone Brutality has also calmed down and come down from orbit. The cheapest non-foil red one is about $3.50 now. It's way cheaper than what it was. All of them are down. The yellow, the blue, all of them. I just kind of want to bring that to everyone's attention. Thanks for watching. Later, gamers.